Hey guys, it's Animation Level 18 here. This is going to be my first update, I think, since March. The reason why is because the camera I was using did not let me upload longer than 10 minutes. Now, if you know the way I do my videos, I had a very hard time doing that. So, I decided to get my dad has a ton of webcams laying around, so I just decided to have one of our IT guys come and hook it up. So, that being said, let's just get started. I have a ton to get through tonight. Might not even get through it all. It's kind of late, and I have to get ready for work for tomorrow. First up is The Rookie, starring Dennis Quaid. And as you can tell, if anyone can, I bet someone who knows a lot about TV will probably be able to figure out who this little kid is. Well, you guys, this little kid. Is now the boy on 2.5 Men. Angus something or other. I don't like that show. I don't give a shit. But that's just what's his name. That's just what he did. So okay, here we go. Pick this up for only $5 at a. Sorry about the glare. Sucks. I know. Pick that up for $5. Really good find. Second, we've got the Beauty and the Beast limited edition. Limited time. It's got new features. I think it came out 2 years ago, so I don't know how new it truly is. A nice little slipcase here. This movie, one of the best anime movies ever to be made, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys might not agree with it. Up next, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated Season 1, Volume 1. Now, if anyone watched my video I did last summer, or I talked about my animated, some of my DVDs that have to do with animation and cartoons and whatever. I had shown that I had Volume 3. That's all I had, because that's all I was able to get, because at the time, Volume 1 was really hard to find at the time. I don't know why, it just was. And you had to buy a 3-pack that had some other shit in it I didn't want. Up next is Yogi the Easter Bear. Now, I don't really want this. I'm just going to keep it for the heck of it, because I was at a flea market with my dad in February. Actually, it was Super Bowl Sunday. And the guy said, oh, you can buy 2, get the 3rd free. So, this was the one, this is the one I chose. Don't know why, but I did. I haven't even opened it. I've had it for a while now. So. Super Size Me, Morgan Spurlock's first movie in his epic film, Super Size Me. I really like this movie. Now, I didn't eat McDonald's for a really long time since I saw this. But, a few years back, I started eating it again. So, and my weight and everything else has taken a beating. Up next is the only Rocket Power DVD to ever be released. Rocket Power, if you don't know, was a really cool Nicktoon from Nickelodeon cartoon from back in the early 2000s. It was really cool. It was about a kid named Otto and his friends who skateboarded, they boogie boarded, and they surfed. And they lived in Hawaii. It's a really cool show. So, if anyone remembers this show, you're probably in the minority. No one really remembers it. It was good, but a lot of people didn't like it. This is the only release of Rocket Power that Paramount had ever put out. I'm hoping that Shout Factory at some point does something, but I don't think that's going to happen. At least not for a real long time. I picked this up for $4.99 at Second Spin, which is out here in LA. It's a store where it's like a new and used store. New CDs, new and used CDs, movies, and sometimes games. They don't have that many games, but I don't play games. I don't care. I had to pay $5 for this. Now that's amazing, considering that this is the only release of Rocket that they ever put out for Rocket Power, and it came out back in 2004, and it is sealed, so that's really cool. So that was definitely one of the scores in this stack, in this first stack here. I got a ton of stacks to go, ton of shit. All right, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated Volume 3. Scooby-Doo Laugh Olympics Spooky Games. This is the second release. Well, actually third, but they released the first Laugh Olympics in 2 volumes, but this one, thankfully, is only 1 volume, thankfully. Now, you might get a little put off by this box here. I did too. It actually says Laugh Olympics Spooky Games, but Spooky Games was the new Scooby-Doo episode, whatever, short, whatever you want to call it, that they had produced to air on Cartoon Network that they aired on Cartoon Network in July during the London Olympics. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why did Scooby-Doo have to do this? Well, think about it this way. Why did Mario and Sonic have to do it too? Just saying. That's really, it really sucks how they marketed this, because I paid $15 for this at Fry's, and I mean, it's worth it, but would have liked it if they would have not marketed this like that and just called it Laugh Olympics second season or something like that, because or third volume, something like that, because this is really stupid of Warner Brothers to do that to us. The Emperor's New Groove. I know this is a real shitty movie, which it truly is, but I bought it so that I can do a YouTube video, a review of this, and basically rant the hell out of it, because that's what it deserves. It is not a very good movie at all. It's a piece of shit. The Lion King. This is the most recent DVD release to come out. It come out with the Blu-ray release that I don't have, because I don't necessarily like Blu-ray, unless Blu-ray is okay, but unless DVD, what happens to DVD, what everyone's predicting to happen to DVD in the next few years, I'll consider it, because I'll be screwed if I don't, because that's just where the market is going. But I just really prefer DVD. I don't know why. I'm just cheap. I don't know. Road to El Dorado. Very, very underrated DreamWorks animated film. Very underrated. Very cool. So to get this at Big Lots for $5, what a score this was. It's amazing. Now, this I don't care about, but my brother, his computer broke, and so my mom and my sister had to move stuff for my dad to put the computer in. So my brother did not want some of the DVDs that he had. Majority of them he didn't want. So he gave some of them to me. Now, I like some of these old animated Spider-Mans. I'm not going to deny it, I do. But I just don't really know how much dust is going to collect it. I'm probably not going to watch this for a while. Spider-Man: The Ultimate Villain Showdown. This is the, I think, first release that Buena Vista ever did. So, for at least the 90s one. I know that they had put out the 70s one, but they didn't do a whole lot with the 90s one, which a lot of people think is better. Now, this to me is an underrated gem. Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan and Space Jam. Real awesome cheesy movie. Oh my god, this is really cheesy. It's really fun though. But found out when I bought this, I forgot. Warner Brothers actually made a 2-disc set of this with audio commentary and everything else. But you know, I'm just gonna keep this. What the hell, you know? It was $5, I think. It wasn't that big of a deal. So, Wild Thornberry Season 2, Part 1. I have Season 1 and Season 2, Part 2 that I'll show later, but these are just random, not in any order at all, really. I like Wild Thornberries. I especially really liked the theatrical movie that came out back in, I think, 2004. I think. I could be wrong. I think that's when it came out. I think so. I liked it. I know the show is not all that perfect. There are some parts of it that are somewhat annoying, but it's okay for what it is. It was a good, nice cheese for my childhood. Walt and El Grupo, The Untold Adventures. This is a documentary that Disney had done about when Walt Disney and his crew when Walt flew his crew out that worked some of his animators out to South America, and so that they could look around and do some sightseeing, but so they could get ready to release the classic 3 Caballeros. So this is kind of hard to find. You have to go get this at Disneyland like I did, or Disney World, wherever you go, because it's expensive. But I got this at California Adventure because that's all really. It's the only place I could really find it. Sister, the first season. Now, I find these really hard to come by sometimes. So I found this at Book Off, which is a used store a few towns away from where I live, and they had that. So what the hell? I like the show. Nice cheese from my childhood. Amanda Please, Amanda Show Volume 1. Now, it's a shame what Paramount did to release these. They could have just toughed it up and sucked it up and released it by season. But oh no, we have to release it with really no order whatsoever. Really no order at all. Okay? They released it so poorly that, you know, they don't really have to be in order for a show like this, but I really would have liked to see a little more effort involved in releasing this, because this show is just too damn good. So I would have loved it if they would have tried a little harder, you know, to release it. Tim Burton's film that he had produced, 9. I'm not really interested in it, but my dad bought it and he said it was CGI, and I don't really like a lot of Tim Burton shit, but whatever. I think a lot of his movies are really overrated, and they don't usually have anything to do with anything really. They just kind of have a story, they don't go anywhere. It's kind of boring, or they're just really too much for the eyes. Aladdin, 2-disc special edition. You might think this is a really old edition, which it is. It's the only edition of Aladdin I think that's out right now. So, whatever. I got it. I don't care. I really like Aladdin. It was a good movie from my childhood. So what the hell? Another piece of shit from my brother's room. Avatar: The Last Airbender Complete Book 1 Collection. I'm not a real big fan of this kind of stuff, but my brother would get rid of it. I might get rid of it too. I might. My brother was going through a phase where he liked it. Now he doesn't really care much about it. You know how it goes with fans. With people, they are fans of something. A month for 1 month, and then a month later they're not. The Wild Thornberry Season 1, 4-disc set. These are really good releases by Shout Factory. They're very bare bones, but you know, I mean, if they're not on DVR, I don't care, because I want legitimate releases. I want Nickelodeon to get off their asses and release legitimate DVDs, legit shit for every show they've done, because they can do that. I mean, why do people have to go to IOF to buy Kenan Kel on IOF or sort of shitty bootleg site? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand that. And the fact of the matter is that show was very, very popular when it came out. So I don't understand why that's happening. Why they haven't got off their asses and released it. I just don't get it. Hi Arnold, Season 2, Part 1. I have Season 1, but I bought that a while back, so it's already been updated. It's already been talked about on a video a long time ago. So, Cars 2. Like I said, this movie probably, like I said about another movie I had, I don't remember which one it was. I don't collect a lot of Blu-rays. I just don't. I have some movies on Blu-ray, but I just don't see the reason to right now to buy a lot of them, because granted, this would probably look better on Blu-ray, but I haven't even seen it yet. I don't know. Don't know if I'll even like it, because I heard it's kind of shitty. So, it does include the Cars short, Air Mater, and the Toy Story short, Hawaiian Vacation. So that's cool. That's cool. That's a goodbye. Alright. We've got As Told by Ginger, Far From Home, which is a full-length movie, a second full-length movie from the very short-lived and very underrated As Told by Ginger TV show from Nickelodeon, which I really liked as a kid. My sister and I really liked to watch this. And it's another reason why I think stores have gotten lazy. See, they charged me $5 for this, at a store called Book Off, which almost everything there is $5, but in movies. So yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying they could have gotten away with charging more for this because it is worth a good amount of money online. Should be, if not. This is Fox and the Hound and Fox and the Hound 2 movie collection. Now I mainly got this for Fox and the Hound because it's actually cheaper to buy it in a 2-pack than it is to buy it by itself. So, you know, I know that Fox and the Hound 2 is probably pretty shitty, and I've heard it is, but you know, not a big deal. That's not really, I'm not probably gonna watch that at least for a while. Wild Thornberry Season 2 Part 2. I got this 2 weeks ago, I think. That's why, and I haven't even opened it yet, so, you know, sometimes there's so much stuff, shit piled around in your house. The DVDs, the CDs you buy, you really know what you have bought. You just find mystery shit in your house, you know. Hey Arnold Season 2 Part 2. As you can tell, the price tag is still on it because I haven't opened it yet. Still sealed. That's a really good thing. Some more shit that I don't really want that my brother's getting rid of. Spider-Man 3, which I've heard is the worst of the worst in the series, but, you know, my brother doesn't really like this movie either, but I don't really know why you would, to be honest. World Trade Center. I like this movie. I saw it in the theater, and back when it came out in 2006, and I really liked it. Nicolas Cage was really believable as his role as a firefighter, and I thought, and he really felt for him. You really felt bad for Maria Bello. It made her really believable, which I really liked. But the thing is, they couldn't really make you not believe these characters because of the fact it's called World Trade Center and everybody knows what happened. Everyone around the world knows. They can't really make it not that believable, but I liked it. I mean, for what it was, it did its job, I thought, pretty well. So, I checked this out. It's pretty underrated. No one talks about this much anymore. I think it's one of Nicolas Cage's movies where he wasn't as bad shit crazy. He just kind of did what he had to do, you know, that kind of thing. He didn't try to overplay his role or anything. He just kind of, you know, did the best he could of what he got. And to be honest, that movie could have been a little bit, you know, better, you know, if you look at it. I'm sure that they could have gotten away with not really talking as much about the family relationships and going into that. I'm sure that would have been such a bad thing to do, but they might have just did that so that it took a little lighter tone. Maybe, I'm not sure. Might have been why. I don't know really. We Own the Night with Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, and Eva Mendes and Robert Duvall. I picked this up for $5 at Big Lots one day, so I've been thinking about this movie, so wanted to see it for a while. So $5. Can't go wrong with $5 for a movie like this with these good actors. God. Alright. One of the only Blu-rays in my update. Man on a Ledge. With starring Sam Worthington, Elizabeth Banks, Anthony Mackie. If I say that wrong, send me a message. A private message. And Ed Harris. Movie that looks interesting. I've heard good things about it, so I'm interested to check this out. Another Blu-ray. Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds in Safe House. Interested to see this too. They actually are going to make a sequel to this. think it's coming out in like 3 years, 2 years. I'm not sure. I know it's in the works. They just announced it a few months ago. So it's actually not that long after, a few months after they released it to DVD, the first one. Next up, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Vivica A. Fox in Hard Cops. In the Hard Cops. Okay. $3. Doesn't look like it's going to be that good, but you know, it's probably guilty pleasure. I mean, it's probably not going to be that good. Next up, Cuba Gooding Jr. and Val Kilmer in Hardwired. It's, you know, a straight to DVD film, but you know, I'll watch it. I don't really have that much against straight to DVD films, because now they can make them look a little bit more theatrical looking than they used to, just because of technology and stuff, and the way it's gotten, how technology has gotten over the years. Robin Williams and Maria Sorvino and Jim Caviezel in The Final Cut.
How you doing?
I'm not going to talk about that one. That's interesting to talk about. Clive Owen, Jodie Foster, and Denzel Washington in Inside Man. A movie that my dad raves about, and I've wanted to see it for a while now. It's another one my brother had that this one I actually care about. Actually, it's pretty good. Pretty good things about it. Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. Now, I know, later in the update, I'll show Boondock Saints 1, the first one, the original, which I got the same time I got this, but didn't know that the sequel has gotten trashed by almost everybody on YouTube who's seen it. Just hates the shit out of this film. Hates it the shit. 50 Cent and Val Kilmer in Gun. I mean, Val Kilmer looks as convincing. The day is long, you know? I'm just kidding. The box art is kind of laughable. Just the way Val Kilmer looks and his face looks, it is somewhat kind of funny. $3? Oh, shit! Oh, God, I knew that was going to happen. Moving on. Bill Engvall, Here's Your Sign Live, just a DVD of his stand-up routine. Picking these up just a little bit. Hold on a little bit here. Blue Collar Comedy Tour rides again. Now, I used to have Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, the original, but I didn't like it that much. I like this one better. Jeff Foxworthy might be a redneck if and check your neck. Just a DVD of some stand-up he did pretty early, I think. I think it's kind of old. You know, goodness. Probably about the glare. It's white on white. So, one of my favorite comedians. Actually, probably is my favorite comedian. Larry the Cable Guy, Get Her Done, just a hilarious stand-up that I just laughed my ass off. Every time I watch it, I'll laugh my ass off even more. So, yeah. Bill Engvall, A Decade of Laughs, the video collection. Just features 5 of his videos. Pretty short. Yeah, nothing long. a time waster. Ron White, you can't fix stupid. Just another this DVD of his stand-up. Another Ron White DVD. They Call Me Tater Salad. Just another DVD of Ron White stand-up. Toby Keith and Rodney Carrington and Beer for My Horses. Okay. So I'm just going to get through this stack, and I'll probably end up uploading it into 2 parts because this is going to take forever. The last DVD in this stack, the unrated special edition of the Boondock Saints. Alright, so going to stop recording. I'll see you guys in the next part. I'm probably going to upload this part tonight, maybe. Might take a while though, so. Alright. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to comment on the bottom. Thank you. Have a good night.